Whoa.
from his home in Toronto, the star of Shang-Chi and the Legends of the Ten Rings, Simu.
Can you guys hear me? Hi, everyone. I can't see you guys. I can see a wonderful, I think, hostess, but I can't see the rest of. I'm sorry.
I'm like, ooh, I'm lit now. Hello.
You're very well lit, and you look amazing, by the way.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, can you hear the crowd? Come on, let's say hello.
I can definitely hear the crowd, and guys, it is such an incredible honor to be here. I'm so sorry that I can't be there in person. I'm actually in New York right now. I'm gearing up to host a little show called Saturday Night Live. I don't know if you guys have heard of it. But we're really excited. But when I got the call that this was happening, first of all, I've been such a big fan of the Vancouver Asian Film Festival for so long. I don't know if you guys know this, but I was on a show called Blood and Water like a million years ago, and we actually premiered at the 2015 Vancouver Asian Film Festival. And it's because of festivals like yours, like like VAFF, like Real Asian in Toronto, that really allow a space for young artists and up and coming voices to exhibit their work, as well as established filmmakers all over the world. And so I just want to say quickly how incredibly honored I am to be here, and how incredibly how much I admire the work that you all do. I was told to share a couple of words. None of my thoughts are going to be very cohesive, but I wanted to talk quickly about community and about how I found my voice and how I intend to use my platform in the future. The truth is that there's so much more work to do, and the solution is in all of us, and in organizations like VAFF, and the work that you all do is so critically important, and our community, and continuing to foster our voices and to elevate our artists. I mean, it could not be more important than ever, because the worst thing that we can do is to allow a little bit of momentum to fall flat again. So I want to share a story. Years ago, when I booked the show Kim's Convenience, I came to Los Angeles without a single person to call or text in a bind. I didn't know anybody. The two people that I made I sent texts to just out of the blue were Ken Jeong and Phil Wong from Wong Fu Productions. And the reason why I did with both was because Ken actually followed me on Twitter for some reason, because he had heard about the show. And Phil had kind of done the same thing, kind of knew about it, even though at that point nobody had ever seen a single second of footage. And these people had no reason to respond to me. They had no reason to give me their time of day, but they did. And I met with both of them. And Ken was so incredibly generous. He was shooting a show called Dr. Ken for ABC, which he executive produced, and was able to employ an entire cast of Asian American actors and actresses. And he gave me a drive-on pass to the studio, and he said, come on in whenever you want, come sit into our rehearsals, come to our live tapings. I want you to just feel like you always have a place to go and learn if you want, and observe. And that meant the world to me, because I was an out of work act. I mean, I was trying to get something going during pilot season. It was really hard, and I wasn't booking as much as I wanted to be. And then with Phil, he and I spoke right away about all the work that he had done for Wong Fu. I mean, it's coming up on 15 years now, but I remember a time when I was, I can't see the audience, so I don't know how old everyone is, but, back when I was in high school, Wong Fu Productions was like the shiz, they kind of dominated the YouTube space, and they were such a shining beacon of Asian American representation. It was really the first time that I saw myself reflected back at me in a way that wasn't stereotypical. And what I came to realize with Phil is that he came up, wanting to be a filmmaker within a system. And then he saw that the system was not designed for him to succeed. And he said, screw it, I'm going to make my own. And it was really, it was because of his efforts in creating a space for Asian Americans that so many of us, first of all, know and love his work, but also that so many of us are able to connect with one another, and I think there's something just so incredibly powerful about that. And so meeting those two kind of opened the door for me to meet more Asian American, Asian Canadian creatives. And I really came to this belief, and I believe it very strongly, and that's that our community can be our superpower. And I think you've seen it with other communities in Hollywood that have, built entire studio systems. And I feel like we're not quite there yet. We're still, as I said in the beginning, in the infantile stages. But now more than ever, it's so important to celebrate our successes and to continue to champion each other's work, because there is still so much more to be done. Now, that being said, I am privileged in that I was given this incredible opportunity to open this movie, the highest Labor Day opening of all time, the
Yeah, we're gonna take a pause
yes,
for
the
that.
highest grossing domestic movie in the pandemic era as well. But that's given me opportunities now to have at least a bit of say in the projects that I take on, the projects that get made, and I have a bit of a platform through which I can amplify messages that I think are useful for us. And I want to use my platform to, first of all, to normalize our stories, to normalize our faces. And I know that we have we share a common goal. I want to become less of an instrument and more of an entrepreneur in this space, in wanting to build a production company that seeks out IP that accurately reflects our stories. Because if you think about it, so much of the problems with the way that we've been represented are really just rooted in the idea that we're not the masters of our own narrative. For so long, our stories or the characters that you see on screen that are Asian were not written by Asian people, and they were not written by people that understood Asian experiences. And so, they came out two-dimensional, they came out stereotypical. Sometimes they were just the laughing stock of of an entire movie. Sometimes they weren't even played by Asian, which always frustrates me to no end. But once we crack that critical piece of the puzzle, which is where we claim our rightful spot as the rightful owners of our own stories, then we can begin to shift the narrative and shift the public perception of who we are and whether or not we belong here, which is so important, because as we've seen in the last year, there are still people out there that don't believe that we're a part of the society and that we deserve to be, and so I just wanted to end on that note, and I wanted to say again how honored I am to be here in front of you. I wish I could see you guys. It's truly an honor.
Let's give it. Thank you so much for sharing your wise words with us and your experience.
Of course.
Yeah, that's what. Did you hear that? Someone's like, "Let's make a movie. Let's do it."
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Guys, it's so important. The next great Asian American or Asian Canadian storyteller could be one of you right now. And there's really no rules that say that you need to have come from a certain place or anything. Oh yes, the camera's panning over.
Show the crowd. Yeah. Okay, everybody. Woo!
Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing.
Yep.
Guys, just be human. Just be human and revel in the imperfections of our lives and in the insecurity, in the vulnerability, because that's where true stories are told. That's where drama exists. And I cannot wait to see what you guys come up with and what the future holds for you guys. I cannot wait to celebrate with you in person, hopefully someday. But for now, I'll just say thank you so much. I'm very humbled and it's such an honor.
Yeah, thank you, Simu.
I really underdressed, didn't I? My goodness. Do I just stand around awkwardly now?
Yeah,
okay,
I don't know.
I
don't know what happens now. We're just kind of staring at each other like, hey, hey, hey.
Tell me a bit about what's been happening with the festival this year.
Well, this year was the first time we had a hybrid film festival. So it was like in person for 4 days, online for 6 days.
Mm-hmm.
So, but like tonight, it's also hybrid. We got a lot of people here tonight, here to celebrate. Yeah. And we got a lot of viewers at home watching from the comfort of their house.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love the gesture that you made too.
Right? Aren't you, when you're at home, aren't you like, yeah, friendly. Look at you. You look so cozy.
I am cozy because it's very, very cold in New York right now.
Hey, when is your episode coming out? Because we're all gonna watch.
It comes out, I guess it's gonna be live on Saturday. At 11:30.
All right, we all have Saturday plans.
Yes, please mark it in your calendars.
All right, thank you again, Simu, and congratulations.
Thank you so much for having me.